I will discuss a few messy things that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQIA people do. And they do it to each other. We have seen the messy battle going on between two very famous female rappers in the music industry, between Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. Both of these women are a part of the LGBTQIA community. They are bisexual women. And people know that they're bisexual. However, one of the messiest things women can do to each other is go against one another. Before the world, social media, music, entertainment really influences many people. And if you're not an independent thinker, then you can get caught up in the mess. My opinion is, although Nicki Minaj is married to a guy, I think she really needs to be with a woman. And Megan Thee Stallion, I just really wish that she would leave the boys alone and meet her a good woman and settle down and be happy. These women are heavily influenced by a male dominated industry, the rap industry. I think these women are very talented and beautiful women, and I hate to see them in the spotlight for such a low vibrational cause. Women should stick together. We are the female sex, and we have enough oppressors. We have been oppressed for eons. But women who continue to perpetrate misogyny should be against the law. Your learned behavior to attack and to insult and to practice this very male dominated, egotistic demeanor and attitude comes from your associations in the music industry and also personally and relationally. These women are an example of what happens in real life because they are same sex attracted women. They are bisexual, but they continuously involve themselves in toxic relationships with men. And many men, their focus is to pit women against each other. They love the drama. They love to see women fight over them. They love to see women fight each other because it creates the dissension and the division amongst women. And this affects all women. Women look at these women, they are celebrities, they are rich, they are famous, they're beautiful, but their behavior is extremely toxic. And I'm a feminist. I am a woman. I am a lesbian. And I am all for women. I support women. I advocate for women. Why? Because I am a woman. I am a lesbian feminist. I am a lesbian Black woman. And I do not condone women who identify as same-sex attracted going against each other. We have enough oppressors, ladies. Women are already oppressed just for having the sex of female. And then you're Black women. Black women are already considered to be the least attractive women. They are considered to be extremely aggressive and toxic. And when you play into those stereotypes, the oppressors are validated. And then when you are a part of the LGBTQIA community, we're already a marginalized community. And when you do not represent who you are in an elegant, mature fashion, then people will continue to stereotype you and treat you as a joke. I am going to address some messy things that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQ people do. And unfortunately, they do it to each other. That was just one example of the messiness that's going on with the whole Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion situation. It's very burdensome. It's troubling. I don't find it entertaining. I do not find it appealing. I do not find it empowering. Like when you are in a position where you can really influence the world, literally at your hands, they choose to use their influence and their power to spread disharmony. And they are continuing the narrative of placing women in a inferior position. Black women, women who are same-sex attracted, women who are in a business, who have businesses. Being a music artist is business. They have a famous saying right now, and I believe it was founded by T.I.'s son, quote, standing on business, end quote. And ladies, we're not standing on business when we do not represent ourselves as we should. But what about the other things that lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQIA people do? I'm going to touch a little bit on that. Please listen to this video, like the content, share the content, subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Giselle Wallace, lesbian life coach and author. And the title of this video is The Messiest Things Lesbian, Gay, and LGBTQIA People Do. I was on TikTok a few months ago, and I did a post And I had the most terrible feedback from gay people. I posed a question, and the question was, do you think that gay, lesbian, bisexual people can change their sexual orientation? And the answer response could have been yes, no, or I don't know. And I had a lot of people respond to the post. And the people who responded was a mixture of heterosexual people and lesbian, gay, LGBTQIA people. And the reason why I know what their sexual orientation was is because 90% of the responses, the person stated what their sexual orientation was. And they also stated what their gender was, whether it was male or female. And all of the responses, except for maybe one or two people by LGBTQIA people, was positive. Maybe only two people out of 80 people, just to give you an idea. And I remember it was a gay guy who responded, and he stated to me, "This is such a stupid post. Can a dog turn into a cat?" End quote, is what he said. And it was some other very, childish, immature statements. And one person was saying to me, it was a lesbian, and she said, "How dare you make a post saying that we can change our sexual orientation? No, we cannot." End quote. And people really don't take the time to read and comprehend, because clearly my question that I posed was not saying that people can change their sexual orientation. I asked, do you believe that gay, lesbian, bisexual, or LGBTQ people can change their sexual orientation? It was just a question, and it was up for positive discussion. But when people take offense and when they respond very negatively, other people are watching, because social media is not just for you, it's for everyone else who is looking and listening and reading and paying attention. And what is really disturbing is that when lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQIA people go against each other, because we are a marginalized group, we face so much discrimination. And when you actually are behaving negatively towards other gay people or LGBTQI people, don't you know that heterosexual people are watching what you're doing, and they're laughing at you, and they're not taking you seriously, because more than likely they can be homophobic themselves, or they can have um, a very bigoted perspective about other sexual orientations that are non-heterosexual, and they will feel vindicated in their hatred towards homosexual, bisexual, or trans people, because they see that you turn against your own. And I just want to say that I personally do not get offended or in my feelings, because I have been through so much persecution in my life that I don't let it hinder me. I don't let it disturb my spirit, because I know who I am, and I love myself as a lesbian woman. However, as a professional certified life coach, I think about other people and I care about other people and how they're affected and how they process information and apply it to their own lives, how it manifests in their own life. And I responded to that question that I presented on TikTok. And it wasn't just on TikTok. I presented on Instagram and Twitter, which is now X as well. But I got the most negative feedback from TikTok. And interesting enough, if you study the statistics about TikTok, the age group of people who dominate being on TikTok is between the ages of 16 to 25. So this is a very young age group. Like they pretty much dominate. The last time I read, they dominate about 84% of the population on TikTok. And so you're looking at maybe 12 to 15% where people are 25 age and above, which is a more older or mature audience. So imagine how many people who are young, who are impressionable, looking at lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQ people go in on each other. Some of these people are not at the point in their life where they can feel like they can be themselves, where they can come out of the closet. And some of them may have come out of the closet, but they're struggling with family and friends and society accepting them. You don't know where a person is in their life. And when they try to find out who they are, and when they go to sources and places such as social media to try to get information and to see if there's a voice out there that can help them, that can give them a little bit of strength to keep going, but they end up finding people who are like them, who are same-sex attracted, who are just as antagonizing and manipulative and controlling and mean-spirited as people who they live with or who they are around in society that hate them because of their same-sex attraction. And they become extremely discouraged and they may lose hope. That's what I have an issue with. And I intend to present information for people to become more aware, more conscious of who they are and how they are dealing with other people. Be careful what you put out into the world because you don't know who is listening and watching. Make sure what you present to people will help them and not harm them. And as a life coach, I have noticed something very dangerous about lesbian, gay, bisexual, and LGBTQIA people. I provide a safe space for them to come to learn about themselves, to grow, to receive confirmation, to express themselves, to get things off of their chest, to help them navigate life because they are lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, LGBTQIA. The IA means intersex, the A means asexual. Then there's plus, demisexual. There's so many ways that people represent themselves and express themselves. There's so many identities, but we are all human. And when I provide the opportunity for people to be coached, many of them refuse the service of being coached by a same-sex attracted person because they think that someone who is heterosexual is better, is wiser, is more knowledgeable. Let me tell you how destructive that mindset is. That is the definition of self-hatred. When you would rather someone who is your oppressor, a heterosexual person who does not even celebrate you, you'd rather listen to them tell you that who you are is not who you should be, that who you are needs to be changed. They're telling you that being gay, lesbian, bisexual, LGBTQIA is not the way you should be, that you should be heterosexual. Where does this come from? What is this? It's not because of your sexual orientation. Being a same-sex attracted person is not the problem. The problem is you lack self-love. You are too concerned about what other people think about you. You want to be accepted, but you need to learn how to accept yourself first. And even to the people who are openly lesbian, gay, bisexual, or LGBTQIA, some of you have become so overly arrogant and narcissistic that you think that you can do no wrong. You think that all LGBTQIA people have to follow a pattern, that we all have to be the same way. And if anyone expresses themselves differently or thinks differently or dresses differently or identifies themselves differently, then this is not acceptable. That you don't want to allow them into the circle of the LGBTQIA. The mess needs to stop. People who are LGBTQIA need to stop telling other gay people how to have a relationship, how their relationship should look, because they're telling you, oh, if you are gay, if you're a gay male, then it doesn't make any sense for two feminine males to be together in a relationship. Or if you're a gay female, oh, it doesn't make any sense for two feminine women to be together. You are wanting people to act like and look like heterosexual people. We are not heterosexual. We are same-sex attracted people. You don't even know what a real same-sex attracted couple relationship looks like because you're too focused on heterosexual people, that you have lost yourself. And now you're trying to force everyone else to be like you. And if they're not like you, then they're not gay enough. The messiest things lesbian, gay, and LGBTQIA people do needs to stop. How can we expect other people, heterosexual people, and just even us, to look at ourselves and consider our lives and our experiences respectfully if we do not have any respect for our own selves? Do not expect other people to treat you the way you want to be treated if you are not treating yourself right, and if you're not treating other people who are like you right. The messiness needs to stop. If it doesn't stop, then you're going to consume and destroy each other. And that's not what we're here for. We are already a small minority sexual orientation. And we should celebrate our lives. We should celebrate our similarities and our differences. And when you find yourself and you love yourself, then other people will recognize you and appreciate you and accept you. But don't do it for their attention or their acceptance. Do it because you deserve to be yourself. My name is Giselle Wallace, lesbian life coach and author. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for listening.